I believe in life, some opportunities come walking towards you. And for me, this was the Lions. Before last year, I had never even heard about the Lions Club. And believe me, now that I am a lion, I know that is the most offensive thing that anyone could ever say to me. So how did I find out about them? How did I become a lion? And how can we use this strategy to grow our Lions family? Good morning, Minnesota Lions. I hope you are all well. I'm sorry that I cannot be there with you in person today. However, I am deeply grateful for the opportunity to share some words with you all today. My name is Arishya, and I am from Portage la Prairie, Manitoba, Canada, District 5M13. Today, I hope to share with you some of my personal experiences with the incredible lions that I now call my family, and how we can use these experiences as a strategy to grow our existing larger Lions family. I heard about the Lions when I got an invitation to be a guest speaker for their convention, which was held here in Portage la Prairie. At that time, I gracefully accepted the invitation and learned that they seemed to be this group focused on community service, which sounded awesome to me. So I prepared a speech about rebuilding our village and strengthening our sense of community, something that is missing in today's world. However, while I was on the stage speaking, the energy of the room felt different. I remember thinking to myself, this isn't like other community organizations. Something here is different. However, I continued my speech not to let this new feeling affect my message. While I was on the stage, going over my background of community leadership and advocacy, all of the lions sort of started whispering to each other and murmuring, and then one brave lion heckled me and shouted across the room in the most loving way, "Why aren't you already a lion?" Like I was a lion already, but I just didn't know it yet. To them, after hearing my background, to them it was so painfully obvious that I was a lion. So when they interrupted me mid-speech, I realized I'm standing in a room of lions who all believed in service, in giving back, in building a sense of community. And while I was standing there, I thought to myself, I think I accidentally found my community. Lions at their core offer a sense of community that stands together to serve and improve the world around us. But more than that, lions offer family. And that's what makes us lions different. We don't just serve our communities. We build something deeper. We create a family, a sense of belonging that you can't really explain until you've felt it. From the outside, people see the service projects, the fundraising, the events. But what they don't see, what they can't see until they step in, is the connection, the camaraderie, and the way we all show up for each other, and not just for the cause. That's what makes this more than an organization. That's what makes it a home. And you can't get people to understand this by telling them or even showing them. You can only get people to understand this feeling by experiencing it. So how do we grow our Lions family? The answer is simple: by bringing people in. Not just by telling them about the lions, but by showing them what it feels like to be a part of something real. People don't join because they saw a brochure or because they saw a Facebook post. They join because they felt something, because they walked into a room and saw people with a purpose, because they heard a story that moved them, because someone took the time out of their day to say, "We see you. You belong here." That's why I'm here. And that's how we grow. By creating moments that stick with people. The best way is to identify the key influencers in your local community, which can be teachers, volunteers, local business owners, bank managers, politicians, community leaders, doctors, and more. people who already have a voice, who already inspire and move others. Because when they believe in what we're doing, they will bring more people in. For example, I'm involved in business, I'm involved in community leadership, in political advocacy, and everywhere I go, I wear my Lions pin with pride. And I don't just tell people about the Lions, I bring them in. When I meet someone who I think really belongs here, I don't just say, hey, you should come check us out sometime. I personally invite them. I say, hey, come to our next event. Come as my guest. And I don't just leave it at that. When they come, I stay by their side the whole time. I introduce them to people, and I make sure that they feel welcome, seen, and included. Because no one wants to walk into a room and feel like an outsider. And most importantly, I make sure they have fun. Because at the end of the day, people come back to where they feel good. If they laugh, if they connect, and if they walk away thinking, hey, that was a great night. I felt valued. I felt like I belonged. Then we've done our job. That's when we know that we haven't just gained a guest. That's how we know that we found another lion. They're tired of surface level interactions. And they want to feel part of something that's real. And that's exactly what we lions offer. We're not selling a membership. We're opening a door to community, to friendship, to a shared mission, a door to something real. And if we do this right, we won't just grow in numbers, we'll grow in impact. Because the people who join, they won't just be signing up, they'll be showing up. They'll bring their ideas, their passion, their leadership. They'll make us stronger. We have to bring in the people we know. Our families, our friends, our neighbors, the people that we share our everyday lives with. Because when something truly means something to you, you don't just keep it to yourself. You bring the people that you love into it. So don't just invite them. Make it a part of your life. Tell your friends, hey, our next get-together isn't just dinner. It's a Lions event. Come with me. Be a part of this with me. Because when they see you light up, they won't just attend. They'll feel it. They'll see what you see. They'll understand why this matters to you. And before they even realize it, they'll become a part of it too. That's how we grow. Not by convincing, not by asking, but by living this so fully that the people around us also want to step in. If every lion brought in just one person, that's it, just one, we would have a huge impact. It's not about trying to find 5 or 10 new people right off the bat, which can feel really overwhelming. No, just one person. Let's say your club has 20 members. If every one of us just brought in one person, that number goes from 20 to 40 members. Now we're actually getting somewhere. And here's the thing, if those 40 members all just bring in one more person, now we're looking at 80 members. You see how quickly that starts to multiply? It's a simple, realistic task. Just one person. It could be a brother, a sister, a friend, someone you work with, someone who already trusts you and who you know would actually enjoy what we're doing. So the first strategy is to identify all the key influencers in your local community and invite them into our circle. Let's not just tell them about what we do. Let's show them. Let's remind them and ourselves of the deeper purpose that drives us lions. The first strategy is rooted in the power of the multiplier effect. So if each of us commits to bringing in just one person this year, we immediately achieve 100% growth. It's simple, it's an achievable goal, but when we each take that step, we amplify our impact exponentially. And just one person, that's all it takes to create a ripple that can turn into a wave. The second strategy is positioning. Most NGOs make the same mistake. They approach people only when they need something, a donation, a volunteer, a contribution. But that's not how we should operate. Think about it. Every day, people are already bombarded with requests for money. Their phone rings and someone's asking for a donation. They open their email and it's another funding request. We see it all the time. There's more people asking for money than spending it. And when someone feels like they're constantly being pulled in every direction, they start to shut down. They start to run away from those kind of conversations instead of leaning in. That's why we need to position the Lions differently. We shouldn't have to ask for donations. We create an environment where people want to give. Because when people feel inspired, they don't need to be convinced. They already want to be a part of it. We don't want people to feel cornered into giving. We want them to feel intrinsically motivated to give because they believe in the mission. And when we create that kind of energy and trust, we won't have to chase support. It will come to us. If we want people to donate without feeling pressured, we have to stop approaching them like every other organization does. We need to shift the conversation from asking for support to inspiring it. And here's how. People don't give to organizations. They give to causes they believe in and communities that they feel a part of. So before we even mention donations, we need to bring people in and make them feel like they're one of us. We need to invite them to our events, introduce them to the other Lions, and let them experience what it feels like to be a Lion. We need to make them aware of what we're already doing in the community and involve them. When people feel like they're already a part of something, they naturally want to contribute to keep it going. People won't always connect with a straight-up donation request. But if we give them other ways to contribute through their skills, connections, or expertise first, then they'll feel invested in the mission. And that's when the real shift happens. When we approach it this way, when we build those meaningful personal connections and involve people at a deeper level, the donations that we then do receive won't just be the polite small contributions. They'll be the meaningful, substantial ones, because people will know exactly where their money is going and how it's making a real difference. One of the most powerful positioning strategies that we can adopt is this. We should never ask someone to become a Lion. Instead, we should invite them to come be a part of an event, a project, and let them experience it themselves and give them that space to decide whether they want to be a part of this family. Now, I know some of our international leaders encourage us to ask people directly to become Lions, and I do understand where they're coming from. But here, I have to humbly disagree. Human nature shows that people generally resist pressure. It's not a flaw, it's simply how we're wired. Think about it. When someone pushes us into a decision or an action, even if it's something that we might normally agree with, our instinct is often to pull away or to push back. For example, when a parent tells us, "Don't do that," what's our immediate reaction? We want to do exactly that, even when we know it's not the best choice. That's a natural defense mechanism. We all feel a need to protect our autonomy and make decisions on our own terms. That same thing happens when we try to push people to become Lions. When we apply pressure, we trigger that natural resistance. It's not that they don't care about our cause or that they don't care about the Lions. They just want to feel like the decision is theirs. So instead of asking directly or putting pressure on people to join, let's invite them in, genuinely, without any agenda. Let them experience what the Lions are all about. There should be no expectation for them to decide on the spot or to commit right away. The goal is for them to experience the Lions first, at their own pace. When people feel invited, not pressured, they begin to connect with what we actually stand for. And once they feel that sense of belonging, it is so much easier for them to understand the value of what we do. When we do this, we aren't just getting new members. We're building something lasting, where people don't just belong, they choose to belong. The third strategy is about social visibility, making sure that the Lions are seen, felt, and experienced both online and in the community. It's about creating an undeniable presence that draws people in and makes them want to be a part of something special. So let's break this down into two key parts: social media and being visible at local events. Both are powerful tools in our strategy to build our Lions family. Social media is one of the best ways to show the spirit of the Lions. It's not just about posting flyers or event reminders. It's about sharing the moments that show the heart of what we do. Post the fun, the laughter. Show the world that the Lions isn't just a community service group. It's a movement that's filled with energy and fun. Share videos of our events, vlogs of our members, behind-the-scene moments that make people feel like what they're watching is real. We live in a time where everyone is glued to their phones, scrolling through their feeds. So let's make our presence unforgettable. When people see us having fun, making an impact, and being together, they'll start to imagine themselves in those moments too. They'll see the Lions as not something that's just worth joining, but something that they want to be a part of. FOMO, the fear of missing out, is real and it works. It's the emotional hook that makes people want to dive in and join what we're doing. The second key point, be visible at every local event. Visibility isn't just about online presence. It's about showing up where it matters. So whether that's Christmas, Thanksgiving, Remembrance Day, or any other local event, the Lions should be there front and center. This is about more than just helping out. It's about becoming a regular presence in the community. So wear your Lions vest, wear your Lions shirts and pins, and be there. Help out, mingle, or simply just be a part of the crowd. When people see the Lions at these events, they start to connect the dots. That Lions are everywhere. They are part of the community. They are here. They are doing something positive while having fun. When we make ourselves visible, when we show that we're always there, ready to pitch in and ready to help, we become a natural option for people to consider when they think about where they belong. In the end, social visibility isn't just about getting the word out. It's about making the Lions an undeniable part of the community. By making the Lions visible, we're making ourselves a community to be proud of, a community that people can't ignore, forget, and most importantly, can't resist joining. This is our opportunity to not just increase numbers, but to increase our impact, our reach, and our purpose. So I challenge you, let's not wait for the next big event or the next big opportunity to present itself. Let's take action right here, right now. Let the ripple effect begin. Because when we all put our minds to something, when we Lions stand together, we become impossible to ignore. So I leave you with this. Be bold, be loud, and be proud. Be the force that cannot be ignored. Because when Lions rise together, the world doesn't just listen, it changes. Let's make them feel our roar, and let's continue to make history as the largest community service organization in the world. Thank you.